All right, guys, so this is Andy with Queen Anne's. I'm at the Reef Farm, and we've got Dr. Ashley here.
Hi.
Can you tell me what you do?
Yeah, I'm a mobile aquatics vet. So I see fish, invertebrates, and amphibians. I cover the whole state of North Carolina and hopefully coming soon South Carolina and Virginia too. I have a background in marine biology. I was North Carolina's first certified aquatic veterinarian, and my practice just opened in June. So if you've got a sick fish or coral or amphibian and need help, I'm your girl.
Where is your practice at?
So it's entirely mobile. So I come to you in your tank or your pond. I'm based out of the Raleigh area, but I travel the whole state.
And how do people get a hold of you?
So you can go to my website, oakcityaquaticsvet.com. I'm also on TikTok and Facebook, Oak City Aquatics. And I can give you my cell and my email if you want to. It's the benefit of being a sole practitioner. I give out all my information.
Okay. Can you tell us like your most interesting story?
So one of my favorites is somebody who had a big reticulated puffer, and the puffer got scared and ended up, it's a sad one, I should have prefaced with that. The puffer didn't make it because he broke his back, because he got spooked and ran into the glass. But this puffer knew his person, and they brought him in. This is before I was mobile, and the puffer was like swimming into his hand, and we were petting him. We put him through the CT scanner. We did all kinds of really cool stuff. So that's a sad one, but I've worked on everything from a 5-gram beta fish all the way up to huge 25-year-old koi. So I see everything. Yeah.
What's your favorite fish?
You can't ask me that. Saltwater or freshwater?
Let's do salt, because
Okay.
that's what our viewers are.
Can I answer with a cephalopod? Because my favorite aquatic animal is any kind of cephalopod. But I really like yellow-headed jawfish. I think they're really funny. They make me laugh. I like the whole goby family are ridiculous. And then in terms of freshwater, I really love oyster toadfish. Well, I guess they're like estuarine, aren't they? They're ugly. And I think they're cute. And I love me like a 50-cent goldfish because they're going to live forever.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm Kim with Spike's Corals. We have been in the business for 15 years, and we aquaculture all of our corals.
Where are you based out of?
We're based out of Flowery Branch, Georgia. We ship all over the United States. We do a lot of shows, sell off the internet, and enjoy what we're doing.
So do you have a website, or do people?
We have a website, spikescorals.com, and we're just proud of what we do because we aquaculture.
Okay. And then what got you into it?
About 15 years ago, when we both of us lost our jobs, we didn't want to lose the house, so we started Spike's Corals. And it took off, and he is back to work, and I do Spike's Corals.
So you guys were already doing fish tanks before that?
We were hobbyists,
Okay.
and we had a big system, and all of our kids moved out of the house. So we turned the basement into Spike's Corals, and now they can't move back in.
It's a win-win.
Right on.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so tell me who you are.
I'm Neo Baldovino from Neo's Reef,
Where are you based out of?
Spartanburg, South Carolina.
All right, and how long have you been in the business?
So we started business back in March of this year, but we've been in the hobby keeping corals since 2015.
And what made you start?
My cousin in Florida actually had a big 180 bow front with a shark, yellow tangs, hippo tangs. I was like, you know what, let's try it out. And ever since, I've just started collecting everything that I can.
What's your favorite coral?
Torches. All of these torches.
I don't have my glasses, but I already videoed this earlier. What do you like about them?
The different color variations, how quick they grow, and also how much value they hold. You can pretty much trade them for almost anything in the hobby.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Hi, I'm Tristan Aliquette from TRC Aquatics.
And tell me a little bit about your business. When did it start? What do you do?
So TRC started in 2019. We started a little bit earlier than that, actually, though, in right around 2017. We have an aquaculture facility down in Dover, South Carolina, and another satellite shipping facility up in Charlotte, North Carolina. So we started our business because we found a lot of reefers were having a lot of trouble finding corals at prices that didn't scare them out of the hobby. So one of the rules that we have for our business is everyone who works for us has to have a tank, right? And we don't make it so that they have to have a tank and take care of it. We'll help them take care of it as a community, right? So they get a tank from us, they get their corals from us, and it helps them understand and learn about the hobby, but also appreciate what other reefers are going through, especially when they're looking at those prices.
That's cool. I didn't know that. What got you into the hobby?
When I was younger, I used to go with my dad a lot to the fish store. I was actually the only one that was going with him to the fish store. I'm a huge fisherman. I love fishing. But every time we got to the fish store, I would always see the saltwater section of corals. And I would ask my dad, "Hey, can I have that?" And he's like, "No, it's too expensive. It's too hard." So when I got older, one of the first things I said I would do was have a saltwater fish tank, and that's what I did. I started off with a saltwater fish tank, a 55-gallon corner tank that I got on Craigslist for $190, and inside of a year, we were up to 180 gallons. So I got hooked and hooked hard fast.
Okay. What's your favorite coral?
My favorite coral would have to be the jelly bean chalice.
Do we have one?
Yes, we have one over right.
So that's the jelly bean. Why is it your favorite?
When we were younger, when I was younger in the hobby, rather, when I first got in, chalices were a really big thing that was going on. People were paying millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars for really cool looking chalices.
Really?
One of the ones that came out, chalices were going for $3,500 an eye for some of them during the great chalice craze. What we found is that I always admired the jelly bean because I couldn't figure out why Mother Nature did that. Why she did all those colors into one creature. Since I don't really know what purpose it would serve. So because of what she did, I decided that would have to be something that I own for myself. It took me a few years, but I got one and I've been growing it ever since.
Nice. So is that like a piece from your original?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So I only get to cut it about once a year or so, and usually that cut only yields about, maybe 2 or 3 pieces, and it takes them a little while. They're very slow growers, but it's one of my favorites.
And how much do you sell them for?
Both of these 2 pieces here are usually $5.99 on our site. Today here at the show, they're $500.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you. So just tell me who you are and a little bit about the business.
I'm Jocelyn. I'm with Cheesy Corals. We originally started because my husband was into freshwater, and we went to Vegas, saw a saltwater tank, and I said, that's what I want. And then it turned into an addiction, and then an addiction turned into a store.
How long have you guys been in business?
We've been in the hobby for 12 years, but a business as two. An actual storefront as 2, but as a business 4.
Okay. And then where are you guys located?
New Albany, Indiana, right next to Louisville, Kentucky.
And how do people buy from you?
We have online auctions you can visit. We do sales online. You just contact us through Facebook or call the number and we can get packs put together for you. Online auctions are the cheapest, easiest way. It's $50 for shipping, or you can get it free at $300.
Okay.
So you can win items up to 6 to 8 weeks, and then we ship it out for you.
All right. What is your favorite coral?
My favorite coral would be Gonies or hammers. My husband just created a hammer tree for me.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. So just tell me who you are and what this place is.
We're here at the Reef Farm. I'm Grace Romano. This is the Reef Farm. This is a coral aquaculture facility in Raleigh, North Carolina. This is our outdoor portion, a greenhouse. You can see we're just growing corals in the sunshine. No artificial lights at all. This is sun. And we do have an indoor place as well, but you've seen indoor places before. sometimes hard to find a place like this. Actually, I think that we are the only all natural sunlight that I know of. We're the only all natural sunlight greenhouse in the U.S. Definitely the largest if there's another. Because most of the time when people do this, they like to shade out all the light, which doesn't even make any sense to me at all, but they like to shade out all of the light and then use artificial lights and chillers, so fight the heat for almost no reason, I feel. But we just use the sun, and then, you know, some of them do need some time when we bring them inside to color them up, anywhere from 2 weeks to a couple months in some cases.
How long?
Take a while.
How long has this place been here?
Oh, this is 18th anniversary, which is that? 17th, 18th? I don't know, I lose track. I've been here like 16 years, so long time. So this is probably the last time that we will ever have an event here. There will be the old vats, because these you can actually see. They're getting old. This is what 18 years of salt water does to wood, especially when it's never been painted or anything. So these have got to go. We're going to build new ones. We're going to build them. Instead of doing 2 systems connected anymore, we're just going to do one the size of both of these. So see how that works out. Somebody was actually messaging me about doing an outdoor facility, and I was asking, well, first of all, are you going to shade out all the light and then do artificial light, or are you going to use the sunlight? Because that's a very pertinent question. Because she was asking, I said for advice, and I said the first advice I can give you is make sure your systems are big, because anything small in here doesn't work, because it changes too rapidly. Like a small body of water is going to change temperature faster, right? So like that cesspool over there and like smaller basins we've had out here, they don't hold the temperature. You've got to have a good 600 gallons to hold the temperature, or it won't. It swings around too fast. It makes it too hard. And the only other thing that's, besides the temperature is challenging, of course, the light, which is a bunch of shades up and down. So I'm real good at dancing on top of these vats, I'm gonna tell you. Balance, I still have at 40.
So I've been asking everyone what their favorite coral is. So what's yours?
My favorite coral.
Yeah.
Okay, be more specific. My favorite coral species, or my favorite groups of corals, like the zoanthid count, or do I have to say like the species zoanthid? Or like the color morph? What are you looking for here? This is not specific.
Species is fine. I think someone said torch. I mean, Tristan got really into it and was like a jelly bean chalice, and I was like, okay.
All right. I think it's still Samacora, right? But whatever that mystery coral is in the shop that nobody can figure out what species it is, right? Yes, right? So like the one that we don't know. So yeah, maybe I got a picture of that, see if they can figure it out. Like the best that anybody has guessed is like it's a bounce Vivites. Doesn't really look like anything, but probably, I guess if I have to just say a genus like that, I would say Samacora still.
Okay.
Maybe Leptoceras. I don't know, you have to choose one, huh? Okay, we'll say Samacora. That's been a long-term favorite for past probably 6-7 years, so we'll see what's up.
All right. What got you into the hobby?
It's gonna be a really boring answer. I already worked in pet stores. I was a manager of a pet store at 17 that had a saltwater section, and I had a guy for that. The same way I had a guy for the grooming section and so on. So I wasn't really into it. But I don't know. Then I went to get a job at a store that was salt and fresh, and they were getting rid of their freshwater section when I started working there. And which store is that? That was the corner. It's closed now. But yeah, so I started working in the industry. That's how I got into these things, I guess. I was such a lame answer right now. I was never a hobbyist.
Okay.
My first saltwater tank, I was taking free frags from the store I worked at. I didn't even have a tank before that. My interview was literally I don't really know much about this. I could probably keep it alive if you left for a few days, but then I don't know. But I'm a quick learner if you want to teach me any of it. And yeah, so I got the job. And then, what was it? I worked there for a year maybe? And yeah, quit, started my own store, closed that 2 years later, and then I came to farm.
Nice.
Cool story.
Well, thank you.